Oh shit. Yeah, I said sex. Oh, and then I said it was true. And then I said you were the nicest, most beautiful, desirable man on earth. Definitely. I definitely said that part. I'll not underdress at all. What's up, though, bud? Nice. Come on. Not responding to my advances. Something of a digger myself. You dig? Yeah, we might be closer to finishing in this than I thought. Well, since we have to wait, we're like time locked on this fucking building. I should go get it started. We can come check all this later. There's something to do. I was gonna play the Where's Waldo game in the meantime, but maybe we can just go check all the places and see how many dudes I get. Did not get enough sleep again. I don't know why. But it'd still be good for work. I'm sure there's another phase to this fucking building. Concrete. I'm hoping just like one more, but it might be two. Yeah, I thought there were gonna be more areas. Which I'm fine that there's not, because there was more doors to go through that were blocked, but all those doors are now open. This might be it. Which I'd be fine with. I think I'm ready to be done anyways. Fourth floor, yeah. Yeah, we're in the city. Whatever that one was called. Celadon? Is it Celadon? Where are we? I think it is. I don't remember what lore we saw. We could check that in a minute. I need more people. Let me go get them. Everyone's here. But yeah, we're in floating sky islands. With the giant Giga store here. I don't know. I mean, not every floor was a store though, so maybe it is stuff. I don't know. You'd be able to tell if I walked around a bit, assuming they made the interior somewhat similar. Garble. We live in some trying times. Bring back the humans, bring back the garbage. It's good to pollute. Don't you see? The houndstooth print? What the hell is that? Local homeless man. I don't know how everything ended up in the sky. Wonder if they're gonna DLC other Kanto areas or what. Sure they easily could. Yeah, we had some crazy winds today. Snow even a little bit. And it's cold now. As far as tornado alley goes. You're coming with me. You're coming with me. You're coming with me. You're coming with me. New blood. Loser guy. Smash guy. Apocalypse. The end is here. How about this one takes 24 hours just for fun? 10:58. Now we wait for an hour and do nothing. I'll go look around each town and see if there's any Pokemon that popped up. I don't know, you tell me on this place. I mean, it seems more like a Silph than a department store. But it's been a bit since I played a Gen 1, so... I don't remember. 8 floors. I mean, they're gonna change it a bit. There's like technology room. Like a hangout. There's like an underground sewer thing too. And then like a fancy office at the top. We're rebuilding right now. The cafe. I mean, this very well could just be taking liberties too. I'm sure it's said in the lore, I just forget. Change my jorts. A little more comfy, more loose. Alright. Celadon. Yeah. Could be that. I don't remember what lore was here. Big burb. There's like a psychic fortune teller place somewhere around here. And a dojo. And now I don't know if those are just normal Pokemon things they threw in or that's supposed to be unique to the city. Saffron. Okay. I think there's like a little crystal ball thing we set up in some velvet room for Alakazam in a dojo nearby. The Persona! This guy just jumped out of the TV. Ooh. Dusk Noir. The shittiest name. The Gripper Pokemon. Gonna grip ya. Where's Dusk Noir from? Oh, okay. 10-4. You said it. Yeah, I'm not cool enough on that one. That's probably where he's actually cool. He looks like Joe Rando here. Next one. Motherfucker's tall. More walking starters, please. We really love them. All of them are gonna stand up, become fighting types. It's gonna be sad as hell. Gen 10 or whatever the fuck we're on. Look at that. Ooh. Without the swoop. Yeah, it's a shame. Less metamorphics, please. There's plenty already. With some unique shit. Why wouldn't it? They always do. The numbers game is there. Something happened overnight? There's so many motherfucking Pokemon popping up. I mean, if it stood up and it was like Charizard, that'd be fine. That's a little different. Like, you know, like some kind of like more like T-Rex type of standing up, but it was like some guy. Yeah, that's a little less cool. It's some guy. Fire metal would be cool. Fire fairy. I just want it to be cool. Or unique. That's all I ask. Wow. A little garbage. Yeah, a lot of these really are just over time, man. You just gotta set up a like metric shit ton of like habitats and then just not play for a few days and then they'll fill up. Is Glimmoron the evolution of the Glimlet motherfucker or whatever? That little wee sperm looking dude. It's my guy. Got him. Fucking boulder dinosaur. Dude was just gonna blow himself up for fun. There's a power I don't have yet. Yeah, all I can do is explode and just fucking roll around. How does Graveler and them end up having like a dinosaur's face, man? Goes from a rock to being like a dude. But they're cool, so it's okay. Yeah, but it's cool. Graveler's not as cool as he used to be for me. Not Graveler, Golem, I mean. What is Arya? I don't remember what he looked like. What the mustache twirling shootsman? Big yellow arrow with text that says the strongest Pokemon next to him. Yeah. Thank you, clickbait YouTube. Thumbnail. Telling me the strongest Pokemon. He looks funny. Just a shitpost, but I'll take the shitpost. Mon. Away, away, coming through, coming through. Away. Oh shit, Ditto Sex Dungeon. That'd be a crazy ass dungeon. Psychosexual. What are you trying to breed? Tiny? Or like stats? Psycho penis. The forbidden penis. Dittoed for her pleasure. Text clue. I assume they will do a home reward for this game. Okay. Pretty cool. Can you use like Ditto on like any Pokemon or something, or what's the deal? Or is it specifically for Ditto? Oh, Ditto can fuck anyone? Damn. That does psycho penis. He's bi. He's omnisexual, man. You're always having sex with Ditto. Get to work, yeah. You gotta work your way up to the Ditto sex farm. Baby steps, baby steps. What, which one are you playing right now to trade? It's like XY or Sun Moon or something? Omega? I haven't played Omega. Oh, yellow. This is my first one, I think. I also had red. I don't know which one I played first. Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1, Gen 1. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Oops. Clicked the wrong thing because of menu lag. I'd already pressed up, but it ate it. Oh. When did it say it would be done? 10:39 or something? When did I start? It's at 11th. I don't know. We're running out of things to do that I want to do. I don't mind trying to find new Pokemons. I can get some different wallpaper. Can I remove this fucking window, man? So you have to wait like real time or like an amount of fights or what? Yeah. Gen 1 is sensual, okay? Be patient. X is special, right? Back and forth like that sometimes. And Wonders just bang better, man. Yep, all the power to the... They're all slaving over, go straight into my home. I could invite some in. Those. I'd rather have more for me. I never use any of it, but I'd rather have it all for me. Yeah. I don't know how many more layers of the building there are. Because I mean, we're gonna have that, and then I assume I go turn in at the Team Rocket secret base or whatever. And then I don't know, unless they surprise me with like another zone. I mean, that could be it. I'll shoot the shit a bit about the game. I guess I could have some people move into my home. Be funny. Yeah, I was gonna invite just Machoke and Machamp for starters. Those full on goofy ass Gachi sex dungeon. There's Machoke. Level was he on? Pretty sure he was. Femboy. Do people can usually go for that? I like a type of sex bun. I don't know what the popular look is. I mean, I guess it could be either, huh? Gonna create the gay sex dungeon, bros. That home can hold what? 3 more, 4 more. Boing. Boing. Oh, the house is full. Sorry, I'm a joke. Oh, you can have them upstairs. I see. They like are assigned floors. The fuck? You think they just go between the floors? Wonder if they can travel to the second floor. Don't really care much. Did any new Pokemans show up? Haven't really made many more homes up here, so doubtful. Who do we got? Wish I could get this guy then. I don't think he's moving at all though. Yeah, I like Mossack. I like all the new fakes. So there's more. That's the soul shit. But Mossack is pretty clever one. Works with the apocalypse, all that stuff. The waiting. The man who waited. Yeah. Needed another good Saxmon. Male. Yes. Oh. Holy wrath. Yeah, I don't have him though. Yeah, look at him. I need like Hypno or Drowsy or whatever the fuck. With all the memes. Don't have them either. Gardevoir. Male. The funny ones would be the Typhlosion, Hypno, Machamp. What would another funny one be? Garbage Man. I should invite Garbage Man. The sexiest Pokemon. Furry Fox. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to make the, like, typical sex dungeon, I was going for, like, the beefy sex dungeon. But then, yeah, you put in Zoroark and Gardevoir and all that stuff. Although, I guess I have... Not enough beef. This guy just looks fucking weird, man. Got enough funny ones. Let's get a whole ass T-Rex. It's the pet dog. Yeah, well, I think this is about gonna be it. A lot of these are gonna be time gated, just waiting on top of. Need to make more habitats. Girder. Fat, ugly bastard. I would pop in Gardevoir, but they're working on a fucking building right now, so can't do it. Nice. Nice photo. It's funny, you could just boost the level by just putting more Pokemon in places. Or just putting them in your home or whatever. Anybody's ever sex spawned this guy. He looks like a fucking clown. Yeah, he's shit. Guess I don't have to have anyone. I don't know if we'll log in again. You'll wake up next to the Pokemon sometime. So the image of that would just be hilarious. I'll occupy my time until the job is done. There's a fucking magic harp in there. The guy. What up, Outcast? Thank you. Thank you kindly. Dead. I killed him. No upset? Like you're feeling better, or no, you're not feeling good, you're feeling upset? You did mention it, yeah. Didn't want to bring it up unless you did. Still feel like shit, feel better? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, raw deal, man. You gonna maybe try to find a different date to move on, or give her some time? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it seemed like it was going real good. Yeah, true. Stuff going on. Well, those are gonna be a good distraction, bud. I think you'll feel better after all that pretty easily. Yeah, for sure. It's a shame that, could place this somewhere that just creates energy. Wasn't a bit more upfront about intentions, but that's part of dating, huh? Verb. This is goddamn building up. What the hell's up there? $10.58. Less time than usual thanks to Tink Master's enthusiastic. I still got 23 minutes. What the hell am I gonna do for 23 minutes? Oh yeah, are they supposed to be mortal enemies? I haven't found a Corvo Knight yet, so I don't think there is with the story. Yeah, this is like in custom Tinkerton. What was their name? Tank Master. They just hunt them. The Tinkertons hunt the Corvos, or vice versa? Vice versa. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do a little game though. Let's do that. Do some quiz action. I would start Lost and Found but I'd rather not VOD up for 20 minutes in Lost and Found. It's gonna be the next RTS, straight into it. Where is... Oh, this? No, thanks for watching, bub. What is all this? Oh, oh, oh. This is an important picture. Where's the one where I say I'm not looking at the chat? I have to label these. It's probably this is console, no wonder. That's what I actually need to. Go pull that from here. Zoink. That's a different scene. Copy. Paste. Alright. Let's do a couple here while we wait. I'm gonna minimize. Cover art. Pretty average guess attempt. Not Command and Conquer, but there is a similar color palette. We'll just type it. What is this? What am I looking at, guys? We're gonna come back to Gamedel and get our first cover art miss. Control it down. I don't even know where to start. It's like some just device. PC Builder. It's not PC Builder. I'm just gonna type something though. Oh, it is PC Builder. Okay. Cool. It was PC Builder. I don't even trust myself, but the sure is Pokemon Pokopia. Yeah, I'm waiting for the in-game timer. We've got how long? It's a time-gated game at times, and there's nothing else I want to do right now. I've got everything I need to do. 10:58. Oh, so instead of starting something else, I'm just gonna do Gamedel. Cool, well, got that one. That was like a subconscious call there. What? Alright, artwork. I'm gonna close this chat. Artwork's always fucked. These ones are a lot harder to hit because you haven't seen the art. You just haven't seen it. Right? The covers, it's like you might be able to like figure it out. You see them more commonly, and also like might be a little more indicative of like what it is, or it might show the title partially. It's Minecraft Steve. It's not Minecraft Steve because there's a gun, but I'm gonna type Minecraft anyways. Wrong franchise. PS3, Vita, Adventure. Doesn't look like Uncharted. PS3. Mac Vita. What the fuck am I looking at? Just type in some random stuff. Like a fucking minigun, man. Kinda like Tomb Raider, but that's on way more platforms than that. Oh, it is Tomb Raider. Which Tomb Raider are we looking at then? That was the first thing. I was gonna guess that after the second one just because of the CG styles of the name. I don't understand how these hints work. Oh, it is that. It's not that these are the only things it's on, it's that it is on these things. Oh crap. That makes more sense though. I don't know which Tomb Raider this is. It could be any of them. That's Tomb Raider 4. I mean, they use the same art for like all these. Okay, Tomb Raider 2. Like, I've never seen this art in my life. It also looks fucking horrible. Yeah. Yeah, I know which it is. I'm not telling. I mean, I have the chat down anyway, so you guys can do what you want. Yeah, the CG style felt very like 90s, but I didn't know if it was just emulating that, because the PS3 thing threw me off, but I understand what they mean by that now. Alright, minimizing. Oh wait, no, somebody said something else. Probably going to tap into the new marathon or something. Oh yeah? Cool, well enjoy. Let me know how it is. I haven't talked to anybody who's played it, so... People seem to like it enough. Yeah, the game she's not really sexualized in a crazy way. She has that famous scene at the end of 1 or 2 where she's in the bathroom or the towel or whatever, shooting everybody and jokes about you've seen enough, and then she shoots the ads in the or not the ads, the camera in the face, but she feels more like badass there than it is like hypersexualized. But I mean, yeah, it's the 90s, you're gonna... It's at least interesting to kind of see all that. Because she was like the sex staple in games, but now it's totally different. The cutscenes in the first game are so awesome too. She's just doing like pointlessly badass shit just to do it, but then the visual style, like the shitty CG is so bad. It's a very particular blend of like cool intent and like weird CG and... Definitely memorable. I liked when she wore her cool glasses. They kind of stopped doing the glasses thing. Yeah, there was some over-the-top shit in the first game. She's like cutting the elevator fucking cable and all that shit, and doing all the weird motorcycle stuff. I mean, I've only played the first 3 in the reboots. I feel like she's got less charm in 2 and 3. On that front, they lost it. Well, I'm happy to get an artwork. We miss the artwork pretty often. Let's do a character one now. This looks familiar. I wanted to say a Devil May Cry character, but this might be like a full caliber thing or Tekken thing. Chains, I don't know though. I'm sure I've seen the character. I don't think it is Dante. He doesn't do the chain thing as much, unless it's like a weird one. I don't know who it is. One drink that had like a little bit of sticky on it. God, it was off the top of my head. I feel like I could just like someone. It's not Dante, but let's just kind of jump around a bit. Okay, it is Tekken, yeah. What's his name? What is his name? Tekken. There's like a dark version of him. It's this one. Is Tekken? I was like the graphic style, the pre-rendered style is like Tekken. I just don't remember their names. We can search by game soon. I mean, what would this be? Tekken 5. What is his name? No, it's not Hayabusa. That's Jin? Devil Jin. Yeah. There we go. Let me pull this back up. Yeah, this is the like punished version or whatever. I've never played a Tekken. I think I played Tekken 3 for like 10 minutes. But yeah. Everybody's seen Devil Jin. Because people did the crazy magazines, man. Yeah. This 283 ad had me reeling, man. Jesus, dude. Dude, 90s game ads were insane, man. 2000s and 90s game magazine ads and shit were crazy. I mean, there's definitely like a charm novelty to like just how apeshit they went. But Jesus, yeah, were some of it totally psycho, man. Or completely offensive. That's crazy. That'd be an interesting thing to see, like, just go through a bunch of old, sensationalized, like, game magazines, right? Alright, I'm gonna do the keyword one. Dodo. What's up? We got 8 more minutes till... It's real time. The game's all real time. That would be funny, but... Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, Lara Croft and, like I said, the first game is, like kind of badass too. But, yeah, I feel like the marketing is all just, like, big boobies and video games. I mean, it was like a novelty that game characters could be sexy at all, right? And they ran with that shit. And you gotta think also, is like, the devs and everyone got so tired of making Tomb Raider games after, like, 3 of them. They were still making them post that I'm sure the standards for marketing were just like, this didn't matter, it was about the bucks, right? Yeah. Nice little, blurb there. Your team ready to be destroyed. I mean, I don't know if it was just the marketing and stuff, but I definitely don't think that, like, helped it. I mean, you know, it did actually for a while, I'm sure. I mean, the sex sells was big with Tomb Raider, but as other things became sexy, and more importantly, the games themselves, I think, didn't evolve or got shittier, made by a team that had no passion for it anymore. I mean, just kind of ate shit, right? Not to mention, Tomb Raider is a very slow, patient, like, methodical style platformer. That's, like, pretty damn hardcore, and it's like so much more starting to come about with like cleaner controls or way more, larger experiences that didn't feel as you know, it didn't feel as like jank. That it just wasn't good for Tomb Raider. When they tried to evolve, I guess was in the 5 and 6 from what I understand. I didn't play those yet, but I don't know if I will either. Those are just like bad outings, right? Kind of reminds me of Mega Man X. It's like they try to change it up and it's just like ass. And then it kind of just croaks. I mean, the reboots are just like Uncharted copies using the IP, so It'd be neat to see them try to do the like more methodical, meticulous, kind of like slow platforming again, but I just don't know if that's what people want, especially if it was like a larger game, like a known IP. That's more of like a niche. Oh, it's free on Steam, really? I know that there was some kind of engine they did, yeah, because it was original was like a Mac game or something. So you gonna play the original marathons? Oh, yeah, I already own it. Apparently. Let me add Marathon 2 as well. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure how they imagine it is this IP has like 0 value. Not 0 value, it's just got a very light recognized name. They were like, well, let's just use it for this game. We'll make some of the originals free and maybe try to grab a few fans out of it. They're supposed to be neat. I mean, there's a lot of fucking Doom clones to go through. But they're supposed to have kind of cute story stuff going on. I'm more interested in the original marathons than the new one, but... Alright. I'm gonna minimize keywords. Champagne skydiving helicopter. This game isn't even out if it's this game. Not last, but yeah. Maybe it's one of the old ones. It's not James Bond. Champagne skydiving, helicopter, nightclub, drug deals, yacht party, Grand Theft Auto. This could be like anything. Ballad of Gay Tony has, yeah, parties. One of two went through them like years ago. The new one blasts you with cartoon media that just closes you set up in the classic games, and I kind of like that. I mean, it's cool they actually kind of care about those. I mean, that's supposed to be some of the cooler shit at Marathon. I've not really heard anybody pop off about the gameplay as much. So. The aesthetic seems pretty different, but I mean, we're talking a very different, totally different like style of like on a technical level, right? So makes sense to be super different. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I get through some more classic boomer shooters, I'd try that out. But it would be more to talk about like Bungie shit, and I was like, I don't know if I care to. It would just be a marathon for its own sake. Like I still gotta play Duke and Dusk and Blood and the Hillbilly. Was it Redneck Rampage or something? I don't remember what it's called. There's like the hobo, not hobo, the hillbilly fucking Doom clone and all that shit. Oh, extract, yeah, gameplay wise, I mean, that's just them trying to get in on a... Although really when they announced Marathon, that was not a market that I felt like, and most people did not feel like was going to be like a big money one, right? Like extraction shooters are pretty niche and hardcore, but maybe they had a vision for it. I mean, clearly it worked out with Arc Raiders, but... I mean, Arc Raiders, I would say, is the first one that like really mainstreamed. Duke things. Duke Nukem? Jesus. I feel like Duke Nukem barely exists anymore. But I don't know. I haven't played his games, I guess. We've talked about 1 and 2 recently, and I want to play 3D, all that stuff, but... Alright, let's do this last guess. And then the gonna be time. Oh wait, it is already time. We'll minimize this and use it if I need to. That one's usually like insanely hard. Although somehow last time I got it on the second try because they used a brand new game with Mugenics or whatever. There more after this? Another hour of waiting or what? Oh, I'd be done. Which legendary? My god. This is some Gen 4 legendary. Giratina or what is it called? The Dimensional Freaks, dude. Hello? The Master Ball. Oh, Mewtwo? Everything Master Ball, I think Mewtwo. Kanto guy. In the Kanto post-apocalypse. What does he just travel inside the Master Ball? What the hell? Oh, it's Mewtwo. John Pokemon! Johnmon! Is there a black hole? Mr. Cool. Hey man. You think you're tough enough to take this on, brother? They're so-called science. That is what it's called, brother. It's not so-called. He was coming to destroy the humans. You should. Disposition. Favorites. Strange stuff. Watching stuff. Letters and words. Complicated stuff. Stone stuff. Dry stuff. Okay, bye. Terribly good looking. Will these people all go back to their hometown? Or do they just stand here now? Alright, hopefully now we can grab the quest and instantly complete the level 5 thing, which should give me the Game Boy, I think, and then we could go turn that in on the beach, and then see what happens after that. I'm a master Pokemon trainer now. Where's Bigley? Oh, they're still up there. Need to like deload them, reload them. Hi, Lord. Ditto's trainer. Nope. I am dialogue every time, brother. Already happened. Comfort. Pokemon are gonna lose their edge. We living in hard times. Got maximum fighters. Game Boy. It's true. Game Boy and Pokemon. The lore. Alright, we're either about to end the game, possibly, or there's some huge thing left. And a bunch of other tasks to do. Find out. I mean, this task required me to get level 5 in every zone, so... and finish the stories in all of them. And at this point in the game, you'd have nothing left. Other than just upgrading the place, just anyways, right? Like upgrading everything. There's still plenty to do, and then obviously, non-goal wise, there's plenty to do. You yourself just wanna juice shit. Any Pokemons? Part 7. Another one. Part 8. Cherish photo. For my final photo. Yeah, I'll get you one, pal. Is there fisheye in this? Filters, filters, filters. Which I saw monochrome twine. Solve this. Maybe I have to unlock it. Yeah, I figured there would be too, but nope. I didn't even think to check. Maybe it's unlockable though. Eek. What photo op is happening? I love when a game ends with you having to pick a photo. You could have it be like really nice and emotional, like FF15, or like total cheeseball meme shit. I can kill the entire vibe. It's fun. Earth badge. I don't need to bring all these badges back. I know they're like jokes, but party poppers. What the? Still have them, I guess, somewhere. I give you 2 at the beginning, I never used them. But I can make them, so it's not a big deal. So you do have to buy for 1,000 the recipe if you want to make them. I think this is for level 5ing the first zone. Should we just not use these at all till now? It's like taught how? The rocket. Gunshots. Hop on, bro. Okay. We're just sending humanity some supplies right now. Thought we were gonna get in the spaceship, bros. Dude, what the hell, Moss likes move. You like a rocket launch, what can I say? Nuclear launch detected. Fucking the fucking Pokemon just get fucking wiped out. Humans really were the worst things after all. Pokemon is dead forever. Okay. That was anticlimactic. Maybe... Do we really want the humans to come back? You're so domesticated, you need the humans. What the... Koei Tecmo Games. Yeah, the wonderful story, dude. What a game freak. We're coming home to the 100 line. Omega Force, the people who actually made the game. There's like 2 or 3 Game Freak people. Like token rolls and fucking like all Omega Force. Old Dragon Quest Builders people. Yeah. I guess they thought it looked cool. How far away did the humans go, man? Jesus Christ. Dodging some planets. These planets are canonically in Pokemon. Deoxys is out there. He's killed all of the humans, finally. The Giga Planet from hell. All the planets are exploding. It's the end times, dude. Outer Wilds again. The suns are dying. I hope it lands on Earth, real Earth. There's no good reason to tie it into the real world. Unless Pokemon's already done that. For fucking no reason. Oh my god, the Pokemon music. Hello? They're gonna like land? Has it? Oh. It's such a typical thing to do though. I couldn't be surprised. Is there a Pokeball on there? What is in that? Oh, it's looking at something. The Planet Ditto. One human, the smallest room ever. We've been traveling the cosmos. With the credits. We found the humans so they can come back and destroy the planet. The picture, dude. Dude, imagine this rocket coming in. It's all the way here. This beautiful moment. It's just fucking Machamp's fucking rock hard ass, man. Just like total shitpost ditto, like trolls. Like, hey, we don't need you anywhere. They're fucking. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah, each just put like a Champ's ass and a bomb inside of the fucking thing. Wow, more credits. Well, let's see if they do much for post-game before I start talking too much about it. I mean, story-wise, it's kind of whatever. I like the concept. And like, if you've played the original, right, you know, it does a lot of heavy lifting, like post-apocalyptic. Lore-wise, you know what's going on, but they don't really do much with it, other than it just being like a really good platform for the rest of the games, like visuals and, you know, some of the Pokemon designs and stuff. You know, the whole rebuilding gameplay thing, like that part of the story synergizes pretty well with the gameplay, but the actual story and shit, there's some fun, charming moments in Little Pokemon, but it's pretty dry and not really much goes on. So, I mean, you're not playing this for the story, but it definitely wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more attachment to some of the stuff going on, but on like an individual Pokemon level, I mean, they all have different personalities and stuff. I mean, it could definitely be more interesting per Pokemon. Like, I'd probably prefer more stuff like Mosslax and fun stuff like that than just like having 300 slightly more generic guys, but it's totally fine. Team Rocket, save the day. Even had fuel to get back. Well, they don't have enough fuel to get back, so we just got them enough fuel to get back. Team Rocket saved the fucking world, brother. I do like that element of it, I guess. Team Rocket redeemed in the apocalypse. I assume their boss is not Giovanni at that point. Must have a different boss. Why do we want the humans to come back? Like Mewtwo said, man, they fucked this shit up. The humans are gonna come down and start domesticating these free people. You lived free, you could do what you wanted. You deified the myth of the human, and then they came back and fucking turned you into a slave, bro. Don't meet your gods. Ooh. Magnemite. Only get it from this. I already got your evolution. Cleaning out that, right? This dude just slept for 10 bazillion years. He wasn't even. Factory storage. Alright, brother, I'm done with the game. I like the idea of it. Is it like some kind of techno god, or was it an actual, like, mystical deity? Or is that just like their legend? Rocket hideout. Yay, Team Rocket, yay. Team Rocket, we're the good guys. Something he says? Ah, okay. That's cool. Well, that's it, guys. I'm not seeing anything else popping up. And I've had my fill, and then some. Talk about it a little bit here, and scooch you on over to something else. Yeah, it was cool. With some caveats for sure. I was pretty done. But it's not like bad or anything. I think overall, it's good. I think there's a lot of features from, that are pretty fleshed out, from multiplayer to the kinds of tech you can do with the power and the different means of transportation and some of the superpowers you get and all the different Pokemons and generally all how the habitats kind of work on like a numbers level. There's building, there's cooking. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. I've been calling it kind of like a jack of all trades sort of game with like a focus on the Zoo Tycoon deal. And I think that works really well with Pokemon. And I think the post-apocalyptic Gen 1 setting is a cool way to theme it. But the actual act of playing it long term, especially if you're not kind of playing it in a more Animal Crossing-esque way, where you play it like a little bit here and there, or you plan on playing it for eons. Like if you want to play it for a really, really long time, it's good for that. It has a lot of daily stuff, a lot of insane amount of things to unlock and customize, and you can just do as many houses as you want and terraform it. It's much more powerful on that end than Animal Crossing is. Different style visually and musically and stuff, but it's still cool. Hi, bud. But yeah, I think the actual just running through it as like a campaign and fooling around with a little bit of creative stuff on the side. Much pass, yeah. The dream. The greatest of dreams. I think it's a little dry. Generally, you kind of just go into a place, recreate the same environments nonstop right next to each other because it's better to have them close. Maybe discover a few unique ones. Maybe you'll flex your imagination a little bit and try to guess what might be like an habitat. Not really for a specific Pokemon, like maybe you could pull that off, but I think the rarity of some of the items and slowly doling those out is cool to feel like a reward, but on the flip side it also means you won't be able to mess around with certain things like aesthetically for a long time into the game, or you won't be able to kind of play with some certain habitats and stuff for a while. So it can kind of I mean, I don't know. I don't do a lot of number ratings. Maybe 8 would be even too generous. But yeah. I think it's like if you break it down, it feels like a really good game. But like I said, the act of playing it, unless you're like extremely into the having it be like your long-term Giga Creative like podcast game where you just kind of touch a little bit here and there, it can be a little dry. Like I said, like the story is not super interesting. The quests you go do generally are like introductions to mechanics and just kind of like trying to push a number up, which could be cool for sure, but you do kind of just make like compounds and they can look nice. I think the inventory is atrocious, and I'm surprised in this day and age that it's like this bad. Especially when you're trying to do like a controller game, right? Like this is one where it's like, I can't like easily type shit in or do anything. Them giving you more slots was good. That's kind of the easy way to like save it a bit. But the chests being like holding so little, and there's so many items in this that can all have like different colorations and stuff. It's cool that there's that many items. It's good for customization and for creating your own areas, which, the pallet town thing, you can do that. So I like that. But good God, is it like, you don't even really want to like fuck around with like some aesthetic stuff, because either the availability of items, whether it's the recipe or just you have it or not. Like some items, like you can't even find the recipe, let alone I mean, being able to make items is pretty easy, but just like having it or being able to buy it and all that's just tough, right? I mean, it's kind of the same thing in Animal Crossing. You collect it and you set up your perfect deal, but you know, in Animal Crossing, I'm not making everybody's homes, so this you have a little bit more freedom there, but yeah, some of it's kind of whatever. This is the free area, and you know, you can get like a bunch of money and items and stuff easily farmable through the Dream Islands, I guess. I never went to any of them, but that seems to be the goal of those. So I mean, that's nice. Like, you're not gonna like run out of stuff, but yeah. I don't know. I find it a little repetitive at times. Like, you're mostly kind of doing similar kind of like house creation, and it's cool seeing the guys come out, but it's not like the Pokemon are so in depth and crazy interesting that you know, just seeing one pop out and talk to someone else is like wild, right? Like, you know, there's like a lot of Pokemon, which is fun to collect. It is a very like addiction collection sort of deal. It's like very compulsory checklist game where there's just non-stop shit you always are wanting to do, right? Instead of taking like a little thing at a time, I feel like there's always like, you know, 10,000 different things I want to make at once. And since everything's time gated, you know, creating all those, like, yeah, you want to do them quick because you might have to wait 3 days for a guy to show up. So. It's one of those things that between that kind of compulsory checklisty stuff, a repetition of goals, and just how you like succeed in those goals outside of a couple things like, oh, I'm creating a building this time, or creating power this time, or raising the mood this time, which aren't all that different really. Like, they're all just a resource dump. I'd say the power one was probably the most unique, right? Like the rain one was just like, it's cool that a humidity thing exists, but it is more just like kind of finishing out a quest line. And I think all those elements, like, they're fun to do. Like, it's cool just to like slam out all this shit and see the guys pop out, and you know, you went from an empty place to something that's more full. But yeah, I kind of wish for like a 20-30 hour thing. It was like working the aesthetics and felt a bit more natural and a little less pain in the ass with the menuing and all that stuff. I will say it's not jank at all. It does feel really smooth and all that. I mean, you know, there is some UI problems, but yeah, so, I don't know. It depends what you're into. I don't think it's the master of any particular thing. You know, there's games with better survival crafting stuff. I guess Zoo Tycoon type of shit. I mean, maybe this is pretty good on that end. Like town builder things. As far as like building towards an objective stuff, I mean, Dragon Quest Builders is better for that. You could play your 2 points and all that, your Tycoon type of stuff. Your cities games, I'm sure, but something a bit more personal. I guess this is pretty good at that. Yeah. How it ties it all together is pretty nice. That's a cool thing. Like, it wears a lot of hats, and none of them are particularly bad or anything. But I don't know. I just find if you're playing it as kind of like a campaign playthrough and not as your next like 3-year-long, I play it while I listen to a podcast, 1 hour a day type of game, then I don't think it holds up quite as well. I think stuff like your Stardew's and all that feel less compulsive, more rewarding, more interesting atmospheres and like depth and all that. But I don't know, that's cool. Like, I definitely would want them to make another Dragon Quest Builders over another one of these, but it is still good. I think if you're a big Animal Crossing person, this is definitely like a must play. Although I don't know if it, I wouldn't call this a complicated game, but I mean, Animal Crossing is like, the point is to be like hyper simple. So it's like, I mean, if this is too hard, this is too complicated for you, I mean, it's over. So, but yeah, so, I don't know. It's cool. I definitely don't think it's like God's gift to this earth or anything, but I think for this type of game, the style and feel, and from devs who know what they're doing and have a lot of experience with it all. It's pretty cool. Like I said, if you're hoping to just kind of play like a building thing with goals and a light bit of like town creation, tycoon type of deal, like I said, I get pretty tired of checklisty, compulsive type of games. That's why a lot of like AAA open world stuff I'm kind of over. I don't like to just like try to hit the quick. I mean, there are games I like that are like that quick, like dopamine hit, where you're just constantly like upgrading and grabbing random things, right? Like a lot of roguelikes are like that, but when it feels like that's the only driver, like the core of what you're doing isn't really that interesting. Like, you know, I'm gonna go up to a like I need to smell ore, and it's like, you know, like a Minecraft, you just put the ore in and make the smelter, and like that's kind of the end of it. Unless it's like, you know, I need to get a certain Pokemon, I need to walk all the way over to them, go through a bunch of loading times, ask them to make shit over a bunch of dialogue. They take like, you know, 30 minutes to do it. Then I, you know, get it from them, walk it all the way to another guy in Timbuktu, which, you know, maybe you can move them together, but if you're trying to min-max your towns for maximum comfort and happiness, like they might not all be right next to each other. And it's not even min-max, but and then it's like, then I gotta wait 30 minutes for him to do something, and generally it's okay in this because you get such large quantities of stuff when you do that, but it's not really that fun to do, so it's more about the reward, and the labor is more just like, you know, the effort that goes in to see the reward. And it's like, what is the reward at the end of the day? It's like just seeing more dudes pop up in like not really that aesthetic locations, unless you do a lot of extra work there, which might not be good for the Pokemon necessarily, and you know, depends on the kind of space you got. And like I said, this game very much leans on you kind of getting to the end game and finishing everything before I feel like you how's everybody looking for me? Cute little minigame. Oh, we're still doing. I was ready to be done. He's good. Yeah, super range. Yeah, they're just camping. It's like the worst type of hide and seek. What the fuck? I'm literally touching it, bro. You can't say you found me when I'm touching the damn thing. You know, you have little like mini games like this, like quizzes or this, and it's like they're pretty shit, right? Like they're not really interesting, but it's like a small thing the Pokemon can do to add a little charm. It's cute. I think if they did another one of these, I would definitely like to see a more like robust campaign, a lot more variety. Working in like aesthetic building stuff earlier, like that's a cool thing about Dragon Quest Builders, is like you're making really cool looking shit right away, right? Like, for people, and then you're moving on and stuff, right? This is very like, I'm throwing up greenery and bushes kind of at random, and then later on you can maybe doll it up. It'd be cool to have that be a bit more part of the general thrust, and the pace, and the like resources, how they dole it out and manage it and shit. I don't think the, no, I'm good. I don't think that, I mean, the Pokemon have, like, personality and stuff, you know, they definitely have a bit more of, like, a liberal translation on it, or localization, but I think even in the Japanese there's supposed to be some pretty, you know, more personality than you'd normally have. It's Charizard. It's not gonna show up for, like, 10 years. Yeah, I think there's definitely some potential there to like make a more interesting, more interestingly paced, more focused on the fun part of building and designing type of stuff than like some of the tedium, you know, fixing up the the inventory and all that stuff, and adding even more charm and fun interactions that the Pokemon can have. So they're definitely way better than anything normally Pokemon would have, but that's like, you know, saying that chat smelled good just because the one before it smelled worse. It's like, it's not really that high of a bar. Demolishing this whole island, that would be funny, just like, fucking just slamming at everything in this. I'm sure somebody has like leveled this whole thing and flattened it, you know, like a Minecraft thing. It's just totally flat island or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. It's cool. Like I said, I'm pretty down with it. Like, I definitely am not as like giga into it as. Oh, that's cool. Definitely hoping, considering their last games, but it's a solid thing. There is a lot here. It is definitely not like a cash grab on Pokemon. There's a lot to do. The ending, like a sort of, I don't want to say cliffhanger, but Team Rocket shot a rocket to space, automated. They were gonna try to, you know, I could explain everything, I guess. So the idea was that throughout the game, like, Team Rocket was trying to create their own way to escape to space, where all of Team Rocket could go together instead of getting split up. They all got arrested, so they didn't get a finish, but they had set up the automated rocket thing or whatever. For some reason, somebody wanted to do it. And so that's what we were filling up the whole game, and you had to get everything and do every major storyline to give them everything. And so the rocket just went off, and then there's credits where you're flying through, you know, you're not flying through, but the rocket's flying through space, and then it ends up on like a space station where a spaceman comes out in a suit and then looks at the rocket, and there's a text blurb at the end on like a data pad that tells you that, and you learn this throughout the game anyways, but that the humans probably didn't have fuel because of the rush and like mistakes and planning and stuff to get back to Earth. But Team Rocket had planned well enough that they would have enough fuel to bring everybody back. So you're essentially selling them a supply rocket full of fuel and materials and stuff, and a picture of Machamp's ass, because you could send one picture too. So the first thing they see when they open the rocket pod was a picture of Machamp's succulent ass that I took. Iron Lung prequel, yeah. We're gonna have the next Pokemon Detective movie starring fucking, what's his name? Markiplier. And that's it. So, the humans don't come back. It's implied they probably do. Or they're going to. Which I don't know why you'd want, but I mean, yeah, that's Pokemon. Oh, the human where everybody loves each other and gets together. Minus the humans destroying the Earth. And then we're just like, okay, let's keep making more cool stuff so that when they come back, they're super surprised. It's fine, right? The story is more neat and as like a setting, and it's how it like synergizes with the gameplay, right? Like rebuilding and, you know, the Pokemon being kind of homeless and, you know, working together to recreate stuff and the memories and all that kind of crap. The actual narrative and flow and all that, and not as interesting. There's like a lot of deep cut references for people who are like super into it, but there's a lot of lore. They definitely put more effort than they normally would, but you know, when one of the few jobs in this game is that Game Freak had anything to do with was the narrative. It's like, you know, you're not really getting anything that tight, but it's a cool enough concept. I think that does a lot of work. But if you're not into Gen 1 at all, then there's nothing, right, really there. All the interesting stuff is like lore reference crap. Like, which city am I in and all that, and it's like, you know, you would have no idea if you didn't care about Gen 1. But I mean, if you're playing this, I don't know, nowadays actually, a lot of people probably haven't played Gen 1. But yeah, so overall, it was alright. Like I said, I think as a campaign run through, it's kind of weak. I think it could be more interesting, especially coming from these devs, but it has its charm. It's very fully featured. And if you're wanting to play something that's more in line with like a Pokemon that you can play forever, and you really want to slowly create like a creative, you know, city over time like this place, and then perfectly set up, you know, homes for all these like little zoo animals. It's good for that. They provide everything you need. Is it gonna be a little tedious? Is it gonna, you know, it's not definitely as like powerful of like an editor and everything as like other survival crafting games. You know, the menu work and all that, but you know, you can do it. You can put stuff together. So. And there's enough little extra bits tech and like systems with, you know, like you have tech and like the power and like the elevators and stuff, but then also systems of based on comfort, so you can, you know, reward yourself not just by, you know, for your own creativity, but by game systems too, which, you know, it's nice to have both. Not just like a random maze type of thing, but, you know, I mean, it's a game, right? Having some kind of extrinsic modifier or motivator and stuff. It's nice. Unlivable hellscape, yeah. That's my preference. Buy a big storage box, just one. Obviously we didn't get level 5 here, but that's because this is Pallet Town. Just the free build area. They said there's not a story or anything. So don't really care too much. Recipe for wallpaper. Yeah, there's lots to earn. You know, maybe over a period of time, a lot of people wouldn't like. Depending on what, yeah, you know, if you play a lot of these and you want to just like, you know, keep trying out new ones, this one, if you want to get like the full shebang out, definitely wants you to play it forever. You know, there's a lot of daily RNG, timer stuff, all that, so. You know, it tries to do pretty much everything, and it's definitely kind of geared towards like the Animal Crossing, but with like actual stuff to do, sort of like camp, that sort of vibe. I tried to do a little bit of all of it, but I don't know. I think that kind of makes it in a way. Not unfocused, but it's trying to do so many things at like a decent level that I feel like as like a campaign run through, it just ends up being kind of a little dry-ish, but it's still fun. Anyways, I think that'll be it for me. I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's a cool one for sure. Like I said, I mean, if you like taking it slow and doing all that over time, you want something to just like log in for an hour or two a day. It's not as like cynical as like a gacha or as slow as like an Animal Crossing. But that's probably the most reward you'll feel, because you're gonna get to see more daily stuff. More guys are gonna pop up. Granted, like I said, I mean, if you want, you have to wait a while for some of these habitats to like bear fruit, if you will. Some of them are almost instant, but like some, you know, I built like 3 days ago and still haven't gotten a guy, or they just did, right? So, you know, I guess depending on how long you want to play. I mean, it does, you know, if you think about, I mean, not min-maxing, but like, it doesn't take much to, you know, realize that, you know, I want to get all the Pokemon I can and all the items I can, and then you could start really doing some cool customization. It's like, well, that means I need to just make stuff. It's very, like I said, it's very almost intuitively like geared towards just slamming out like shitloads of fucking homes. Since they're on timers, right? Like if I could just build a home and I knew just at some point they would just like pop up, then it wouldn't be a big deal, right? Like it would just be quick. But in this it's like, I don't know, it's like I'm gonna need more guys to either finish the campaign, to get more like comfort level, or so that I can get them, so that I could customize for fun. It's like you have to just like, you better make those quick and make them, you know, early, and then you can wait for them all to start popping up. But I mean, if you're gonna play like every day for a year, I guess you can take it at whatever pace you want. But you know, like the Poke Centers, like take like 10 plus guys, and then they're locked in for like a day or two. That's like, that's fine, but it's also kind of like, it's really just there to be like something you wait for. I guess it's supposed to be in an immersive way, or to make you want to log in later to build that like mentality in you or something, but I don't know. There's probably better ways to do it. Like, I mean, they're banking off the Animal Crossing crowd a bit, right? There's not a whole lot of games that do that outside Animal Crossing and Gacha. And in this genre, it's like just Animal Crossing. And that sold a lot last time. It's cool seeing them try to fuse it, but probably my go-to. Lucid block time. When are you going to bed? I was gonna do it like on a day I didn't have work in like 5 hours. Kinda be less immersed knowing I've got work soon. I'm thinking I'm just gonna take a quick break and then we'll just crank through a bunch of Lost and Found Company. And if I need a break from that, which that's definitely like a enjoyable, just kind of do a little here and there game, then maybe I'd do like some other short something or something more mindless. So I want to do Lucid Blocks, yeah, but I don't know if right now is the day. I want to get in the Zen state for Lucid Block. Definitely do it within a couple days though. See when I get home if Fear the Spotlight's in the mail. I think that'll be like a 4 or 5 hour thing. So. It'll be interesting to play another voxel block game so soon after this. But yeah, I imagine they'll make another one of these. Why not? This is gonna sell like hotcakes. There's plenty of room to upgrade. I will say, like I said, because I kind of it ran its course. Like on the repetition and stuff, I hope in the next time around it's either got like a way more crazy like Dragon Quest Builders style like exploration campaign thing, or the way you build these habitats, or how you customize them is like much more like quick and fun and immediately like something you could aesthetically play with. We'll see. Because I mean, if it's just like another 300 in the same setup, that would kind of... Alright guys, I'm gonna take a little break. But yeah, the plan is do some Lost and Found Co. Probably won't stream when I get back from work. Maybe we'll do a little something after Lost and Found Co today, but I got enough of that game left. We could just run it all the way to work, but I don't want to get like bored or anything, because I enjoy just doing a little bit here and there. Oh yeah, you said going straight from Pokopia into Dead Space, yeah. Yeah, when are you on? Oh, we could start that. I've got 7 hours and change till I'm gonna leave for work. So. If you wanted a bit, we could get started. I'm just down whenever you're down, just so we can get it going. Why not? Or we could start in a bit, yeah. Oh damn. Yawning like crazy. No sleep. Sure. Yeah, well, I guess I'll set it up. Maybe like 30 minutes from now or something. I might go to the bathroom and set up the game and stream and hit you up on Discord or something. I'll just probably jump into the stream voice channel. Guys, feel free to join that at your leisure. Yeah, we can start that up, why not? You should be invited to that. I don't have that one like free open just because it's. No. Here. Discord name. So, okay, cool. That's what we'll be doing, guys. Dead Space 3. Go from Requiem to Pokemon to Dead Space 3 to crazy horror voxel game to another survival horror thing. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, so it'll probably be like 30 something minutes. Alright, get you on there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna get you in that channel. The exclusive stream channel. Just so that no wacko bots or people who are gonna throw out gamer words can jump in there. Most people have access, but alright guys, catch you in a bit. So we'll start that up. Hopefully it runs okay.